Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NBA action. A very good matchup here between the Lakers and the Bucks. It may be cold outside, but our promo code is hot for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. The Bucks are favored -1. The total is 228 and a half. The Lakers are 11 and 4 on the season, 8 and 7 against the number. Meanwhile, Milwaukee is 9 and 5. 6 and 8 against the spread, and both teams coming off a loss. Surprisingly, the Bucks lost to the Nets in a really good game, 125 to 123. The Lakers lost to the Warriors in a pretty good game, but obviously against a lesser opponent in the Warriors, 115 to 113. We've got two of the top scoring offenses in the league. Bucks second, Lakers sixth. So a lot of things to break down here. We've got Sean Higgs joining us to do just that. Sean, what's your take on Lakers and Bucks?
Right off the bat, you mentioned their 9 and 5 and 8 and 7 ATS records. So, a lot of times you're going to have inflated numbers for these teams versus the middle of the road and lesser teams. So that's number one. In this case, you got two premier teams off losses. You get a sharp number here at one, basically like a pick 'em game. And is it a coin flip for you? Let's be honest. If you think the Bucks are the better team, you're like, they should win this. If you're high on LeBron over here and he's the best guy ever, you're thinking Lakers got to win this. They're not losing two in a row. So for me, I like the Bucks. I think the Bucks are the better all-around team. I think they're a little deeper, and I think Giannis. This is not that this is the passing of the guard. He's the best guy. People want to argue who's going to be taking the throne from LeBron. I just think this Bucks team. They just lost to the Nets, who could be. Let's be honest. Make a trade, and you got a pretty good team over there in Brooklyn. They could be the favorites here to come out east. So I think Milwaukee's going to want to come out, make a statement, and say, "Hey, we're still a good team here. Let's rally around the loss." Granted, Golden State's worse for the Lakers loss-wise, but I'm taking the Bucks. I think they got to get done here at home. This is a kind of game where they have to prove themselves. You already lost to a team that's now supposed to be better than you, and here come the Lakers. Do something here, guys. Let's go. You're supposed to be good. You're supposed to be the beast of the East. This is real. It's not like we're laying points here. It's not like somebody got smoked by 20 or it's a letdown spot or somebody's on the horizon. It's not bigger than LeBron coming to town with his rings. It's not happening. So time for Milwaukee to step up to the plate. You just lost to the Nets with KD and Harden. Prove you can play with the big boys now. Take care of the defending champs.
All right, so let's talk about the total, 228 and a half. And we've got the Lakers are 1 and 6 to the over-under, so 6 games to the under on the road. But also, these are two really prolific offenses. The Lakers, not as much as, or I guess they're more than I probably would have thought, because when you think the Lakers, you think defense and you think a lot of points in the paint and stopping down low, especially with Anthony Davis. But you've got a really solid Bucks offense, second in the league in scoring. So I am not sure where to lean. Sean, do you have any feelings on this total?
I'm actually leaning a little bit on the under here, believe it or not. As I know, Bucks are going to want to run it. Lakers are probably going to be like, let's stick to our game plan here. And they're, as much as they score at 110 a clip, I don't know. I'm leaning under here. I think this maybe will be closer under the 225 mark. So I'm going to lean on the under with these two guys today.
Well, I think it depends on the motivation for both these teams, because if you see this kind of being like a playoff game and both these teams really wanting to be there, I think the defense is going to be there and they might slow down the tempo just a bit. And the Lakers, I know last season they were a hot team to the under because of that reason, because lockdown defense and Anthony Davis down low, as I mentioned. But that's all I have for this game. I think it's going to be a really good game to watch. I think both teams will be really motivated, and I am looking forward to it. As always, great stuff from Sean Higgs. That's going to do it for our NBA talk here on Picks and Parlays.